So, my name is David Nekrottman. I am the Executive Director for the Center for Jewish Christian Understanding and Cooperation. It is the first Orthodox Jewish center in the entire world to dialogue with you. Next time I'll turn on the applause sign. So the question is, why we have the center? Why are you here? And for us, this is a thank you to a new type of Christian that we have found in our lifetime. For over 2,000 years, the synagogue and the church have not been the best of friends. And a lot of times the synagogue got hurt in history. And what we're finding right now is a new type of Christian who actually says that the covenant that God made with Abraham almost 4,000 years ago was never severed, was never replaced by the church. I wish you were in my Church History 2 class this past semester. I'm indeed taking I'll let the cat out of the bag. I'm taking a Christian theology master's course at Oral Roberts University. Thus the joke with the Church History 2 class. I'm really serious, I did take Church History 2. But there was replacement theology throughout the church, and it's only in the recent 100 years, depending which denomination you're looking at, of the 30,000 different denominations within Christianity, that has taken a real 360, I should say a 180, in the theological approach to the Jewish people. So for you to cheer on that the concept of our covenant was never severed and the church never replaced it is a huge revelation for the Jewish people to hear. Yes. You may have grown up in a household like this, or you may have received a calling in your life or a download in your life about Israel. However, there are over 2 billion Christians in the world. Not all of them are on the Israel bandwagon. I just want to break the numbers down to you because they say every evangelical loves Israel, and I don't buy into that argument. There are indeed 70 million evangelicals in the United States alone, but if there may be 5 million that have Israel on their heart on some type of journey, I think that's a real number that's conservative enough that I can go with. That's less than 10% of Christianity from the evangelical side of things that has Israel on their heart. And when we mean Israel on their heart, is that they pray for Israel, they have some type of fellowship about Israel, they sow into some type of Israeli charity, or actually some of you make it here to Israel. Once you understand the significance of you being here is because over 500,000 people come from the United States to Israel every year. About 55 to 60% are Christian. But not every single Christian who's coming here has on your hearts that you were taught by Pastor Mark about the Hebraic roots, about the relationship of working and interfacing with the Jewish people. That you get, the numbers keep going shorter and shorter. So maybe 40, 50,000 Christians who come here every year have a heart for Israel in the right positive direction to create a positive relationship. And then talk about the Hebraic roots of everything, numbers get smaller. So it's all about remnant. There's a remnant in the Jewish world willing to go ahead and interface with you despite the historical baggage that we're carrying and our preconceived notions on you. And then there's the historical baggage that you're carrying of replacement theology, and then all of a sudden you get this download and then you say, oh, that replacement theology doesn't work in my biblical paradigm. And I want to interface with you, I want to build up this relationship. So this is really, really new. So don't take it for granted, because I think it's a pure miracle that you're here. I just spent the weekend in Germany. Saxonian Friends of Israel put on a conference. Every year they put a conference on in different parts of Germany. There are about 1 million evangelicals in Germany. Maybe 30 to 40,000 have a heart for Israel. There was one time that East Germany was not allowed to go into West Germany. There was one time they were not able to go to Israel. Okay? They don't have 500,000 people coming from Germany to Israel. They don't even have 200,000. When we talk about the numbers who actually have a call to actually walk the paths of Jerusalem and go back and be an ambassador for Israel, it's huge. The numbers are small, but the impact is great. So to me, to have you here is, people are afraid that evangelical support of Israel is waning. There's a misunderstanding of what this support is about. This is a calling. You can't wane anybody's calling for Israel. You got the call, you got the fever, you're with it. No Advil is going to help you. Therefore, the issue is not so much that the support for Israel and those who have a calling is waning, is whether or not the prosperity gospel or the social justice gospel that doesn't have covenant behind it, that's being affected. That's being challenged. Palestinian liberation theology is the new replacement theology. When you say that we're just a UN-created entity and that any sin that we do, we lose our legitimacy, well, that's just basically saying that, hey, you guys are not valid in a covenantal experience with God. Since we created you, we can go ahead and dismantle you. Well, therefore, they really misunderstand God, because they were just agents to make this thing happen. That's it. They should be very thankful to be part of the process, not to go ahead and go against us. It doesn't mean that we are completely righteous in the things that we do. Every country has its sins, but it doesn't mean that my complete legitimacy is at stake and that you can go ahead and get rid of us. You can demand things from us. We're a sovereign state. We're taking care of our own. And in this journey, you're here with us today. You're in the front. You're in the place where redemption comes from. And we're walking this thing out. I don't know what the end will be, but I want to be part of the journey. And this is the purpose of the center. It is a thank you for your support, and the way we do this is we learn the Bible together to build up the fellowship. Okay? If you wish to say amen, amen. There you go.